Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. About a half hour ago at 8 o'clock, we announced the keyword for Fest this hour. And the word is hard. H-A-R-D to 312-967-8300. Text that for your chance to win Riot Fest one-day passes. And then also qualify for a trip or two to the Minnesota Yacht Club Festival, July 17th weekend, the Lumineers, Black Keys, the Strokes, Cage the Elephant, and more. Plus, for qualifying, you get the one-day tickets to Riot Fest, a huge prize. Text HARD if you haven't done it yet to 312-967-8300. Fest with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Yesterday at this time, it was head to headlines, and the story involved locally, and we played the audio. We're going to do that again here in a second, where a suburban school, Arlington Heights, the officer's resource gun went, quote, missing after he, quote, left it unattended in a school bathroom. There's an update on this story, but if you're joining us for the first time, you missed yesterday's show and didn't get back to the podcast yet, here was the story from WGN on what happened the day before.
New overnight classes are canceled today as authorities search for a gun at a school campus in Arlington Heights.
Police say a school resource officer left it in a restroom at the Forest View Educational Center. Eric is there with more. Eric?
Yeah, good morning. The department calls it an embarrassing and unfortunate incident. The district did cancel some classes for some students while the department continues its search for the gun. Students enrolled in the specialized schools will not be in session today. This includes the Academy at Forest View, International Newcomer Academy, Vanguard School, Life Program, and the Young Adult Program. This all happened yesterday afternoon just before students were dismissed for the day. The officer took his gun out of his holster to use the bathroom, and when he came back to find it, it was gone. The school took a look at its surveillance video, and the district says a limited number of people did enter the bathroom. The department called in dogs trained specifically for weapon detection. They will continue the search today, as well as talk to kids that may have gone into that bathroom after the officer. Additional officers will be at the Forest View campus for the next few days. The district is having a meeting this afternoon, and it did email all the parents to let them know what's going on.
I didn't catch that in yesterday's story where they sent in additional officers because that guy left his gun and someone took it. I picture those additional officers all holding like the huge Rambo gun. It's like,
they're like, bring in more people with guns. They all lose their gun. Oh my God.
Because you'd have to set that gun down and go to the bathroom if you had the Rambo gun, the first blood gun.
They called him the bazooka unit just in case.
Because since that gun got misplaced, we need the biggest guns ever to carry in so you don't lose them.
And then they put like a little like jangly stuff on it so that you could hear the gun also.
Oh, God.
A louder.
Yeah, a louder. Oh, we got to get that Simpsons audio real quick. Hold on. We got to get the louder.
We're already finding audio.
Oh, jeez.
So that's the story from yesterday, and we went into a deep discussion about, when you go to the bathroom, you take your phone out of your pocket, and this officer must have took his gun out. And instead
put
of
it on the hook.
Yeah, well, that's the issue. Did he put it on we just still don't know if he put it on the hook, the backpack hook in the bathroom, or the toilet paper holder. Or I mentioned
on top of that, because it's also black, so camouflage.
The gun disappeared when he put it on there.
Camouflage?
Wait, where'd my gun go? I don't see
he was
it.
nervous to say he lost the gun, so he was like, I left like a metal black thing in the bathroom. Did anybody see? It's about this big. Like you just trying to describe.
And they go, oh, do you mean like a toilet paper holder? He goes, no, something like you could set on top of that. Sorry.
Yeah, it would fit on there. And did anybody just see like an object in the bathroom?
All of a sudden he's playing Pictionary with everybody. Like, no, it's not that. No.
He's trying to make the shape of a handgun with his body.
Fine, it's a gun, you idiots. It's a gun. I lost my gun. And I thought
it has a handle. It's this metal thing. It has a handle.
I brought up a point because I haven't been in a high school in a while. And that maybe above the urinals.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
No, I shouldn't be going in any high schools. Except for I want to see some basketball games. I'd love to go to a high school basketball game.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I like watching high school basketball.
Yeah, I'm with him. I would also love to go to a high school basketball game. That sounds awesome.
Let's start doing that Friday night.
The worst.
Let's start doing that Friday nights. Go to basketball games, football games.
I have my kids' sports. I can't go to other random kids' sports.
Blow off your kid.
Yeah,
Come with us.
Come with us.
Yeah.
I'll buy you a hot dog.
If you think I'm finally escaping kids' sports to go to other kids' sports, you're out of your mind.
I wondered if there was cup holders or at least the shelf that you see in bars above the urinals. Maybe he left his gun outside the stall when he was in there. The kids came in and took the gun that way.
Yeah, you speculated that there was a bar top in a high school bathroom, basically.
Now, we had people text in. Former teachers said there's actually TV screens like Buffalo Wild Wings in a lot of schools around Chicagoland now.
It doesn't mean there's a bar top there.
And Case then referenced that, hey, I was just in high school. I haven't seen any of that stuff, which made me and Kenzie go, well, when were you at a high school? Did you go maybe have a visit, speak for a class?
Yeah, I thought he meant in the last 6 months he was there.
I said, no, I was just in high school.
Almost 10 years ago. Mind you.
I graduated in 2017.
Yeah.
In the span of the universe.
What year is it?
In the span of the universe from dinosaurs to now, 9 years is not that long of a time. I was just in high school.
You know, like mammals can evolve in 7 years in that time
9
frame?
years.
Or 9 years even. Yes, 9 years.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean mammals can evolve?
Like, you know how much the world changes in 9 years?
He's saying can change.
Give me an example of a species that changes.
I'm pretty sure frogs, certain species of frogs grew wings in 9 years.
No, frogs don't have wings. I don't know a lot about animals, but I know frogs don't have wings.
There's one species that has wings. I'll find it for you.
Okay.
After you find the Simpsons audio, I'll find
there.
that.
It's
okay.
in there. You want to play? We'll play the Simpsons audio at the end. We'll play the Simpsons audio at the end. Everybody stick around.
We have an update on this story, but we just can't figure out, because they're not giving all the info, where the gun was put. And I think the onus is on him, the guy that took his gun off and forgot it in the bathroom, not the kids that took the gun, because as I said,
I think they can still get in trouble.
They should get probably something. I mean, but if I see a gun, I'm picking it up.
You shouldn't, though. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe what you're doing, but you shouldn't.
Correct. You shouldn't. I'm not making light of guns. We should have less guns. We should have no guns in school, probably. But I mean, this guy is guarding the school needs a gun.
Probably.
No guns in school, probably.
Well, I'm saying that I'm very.
I don't want to take too big of a stance
No,
here.
No guns in school, probably.
Okay.
Probably. You should run for president. In every speech, you're just like, we should probably do this. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, no guns, probably, right? Everybody, show of hands.
I usually have a one.
Who's going to vote for me if I say this?
Do you guys want me to say something else? Because I'll say something else if you guys want that.
Yeah. I'm going to put two things on the board. We're going to do a hand raising thing.
I'm not sure how to solve the gun problem in schools. Maybe the guy should have a gun. Maybe he shouldn't. I mean, I don't know.
Well, it's a shame because we're turning to you to solve the gun problem.
They probably shouldn't have. Kids should not have guns in schools. There should probably be a resource officer with a gun to protect the kids in case somebody comes in with a gun.
But what if that guy loses his gun?
Yeah, that's the issue here. That's why
the rub.
That's why I'm messed up.
That's why I'm messed up.
My whole campaign platform's off because this guy forgot his gun.
The whole thing's very confusing.
Yeah, just very upsetting. Very upsetting.
We shouldn't have this many guns to begin with.
Well, that's the problem.
And now they're all here.
Yep.
Because when we went to London, I swear to God, I got in an Uber, and the guy's like, "Are you guys American?" I was there with my husband. I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Do you have a gun?" That's the first thing he said. I'm like, "Why would you ask that?" And he goes, "We just don't have any guns. Like, I couldn't go buy a gun." I go, "Really?" And I go, "Do you guys have any mass anything like we do?" And they go, "We have group stabbings." That's what he said.
Yeah.
He goes, "Every once in a while, 5 people get stabbed, but much slower rate. You can get them down."
Yeah. When you go overseas, when you mention you're from Chicago, they always go, "Oh, Al Capone, huh? Al Capone, pow."
I'm like, oh my
Wait,
God.
who does that?
Some guy in Italy did that to me.
So they all do that?
So they all do that?
Yeah. They all go, "Al Capone, huh? Al Capone, pow."
They do immediately think of guns, though. Look, both scenarios, different countries.
Yeah, so Kenzie had one. I had
American,
one.
you own a gun? I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Not right now. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
pow.
strapped in London.
Pow.
I'm going to the Bears. Do I need one?
Okay, so there's an update to this story now. So the gun, well, we'll just let WGN do it again and let you know where they're at with the officer losing his gun and the people or someone that took the gun. Who were they? Did they find them? Well, here's the story.
Police in Arlington Heights have charged 2 teens for stealing a gun from a school resource officer. Forest View Educational Center shut down yesterday when the officer couldn't find his weapon. Detectives determined 18-year-old Juan Pablo Sanchez Jaramillo took that gun from a school bathroom.
Damn it.
They say he then gave it to a 17-year-old in a neighboring community. Police arrested both teens, but they don't have the gun. The school resource officer is still on administrative leave.
So Kenzie said, "Damn it," because
Damn
when
it.
they
I
said-
wanted it to be a white name so bad. That sucks.
Kenzie being Hispanic, when she hears that, it's sad because it sounds like they went to AI and said, "Give me the biggest Mexican name ever." And this
That
kid
sucks.
is
I
poor
can't
kid.
even wiggle around that as maybe not.
No.
You know what I mean?
Let's
That
see.
was
Couldn't
firmly
find-
entrenched.
Let me see this name again.
Weapon. Detectives determined 18-year-old Juan Pablo Sanchez Jaramillo.
Fudge. We know. She could have cut it off. Maybe the whole thing. His birthday? Relax.
His family crest.
Yeah, enough.
Now, I don't like the story because this is a me thing. I understand this, but it says they stole the gun after he left it there. That's not stealing, I don't think. And
what I didn't like is steal it from him.
Like they hit him
Because
over
it
the
wasn't
head.
off his body. They stole that gun, but they didn't steal it from him. They stole it from a bathroom countertop in their mind.
But yeah, if I found a gun, am I stealing it if the person left it there? Is that theft?
Brian goes, Your Honor, finders keepers.
Yeah, that's losers weepers.
What are you talking about?
Right. Again.
Is that not in the Constitution? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Did we learn this like first things first?
Like
finders keepers? What? But I think it's a big difference. I think stealing something and stealing something from somebody, stealing something from implies you probably had to scare them or assault them or rob them. Like, he didn't steal it from them.
Right, he
the
found
guy
it.
left it hanging on a hook in the bathroom. He just stole it.
Finders keepers.
Finders keepers.
Losers weepers.
Juan went, it's my lucky day.
Yeah, I found a gun. What luck.
This is awesome.
Like if I found the nuclear launch
Play
codes.
cops and robbers.
You know, I'm walking around America's nuclear launch codes are out there, and I got access to the thing. I would launch a missile.
Well, you'd have to.
Oh, why would I mean, we had all these for like 80 years. No, I do it. I don't want to kill anybody. I want someone to be in the ocean
No, I'm sure if you
somewhere.
launched a missile, nothing would happen.
I'll make sure it goes to the ocean. I can change the coordinates because I know how to do all that.
Yeah, no one's in the ocean.
Yeah. Well, I don't want. Okay, you're right. I don't want to hurt the fish. Antarctica, there's penguins.
And there's a bunch of animals.
There's not.
A lot of endangered animals too, because it's already tough down there. A lot of stuff's melting. You're gonna send a hot missile?
We're gonna send a missile. It's not gonna hurt anything.
I don't know.
The moon?
You're gonna. I think the moon exploding would be bad.
Probably bad.
See how tough this is. There's stuff everywhere. We're like hoarders.
They'd say it's a full moon, except for Brian blew off half of it. There's a big chunk out of the moon. All right, well, there's the update. And they still haven't found the gun. They got the kids now, but they don't have the gun.
But how do they know that the kids took the gun? Like, you know,
The
no
camera's
body, no case, if you will. I didn't touch it. Where is it?
I guess the camera in the bathroom, maybe the camera showed them having the gun, but they still
They
haven't.
were flipping it on their finger walking out. Damn it, Juan.
Like
We
Johnny,
were all rooting for you.
Johnny Ringo and Tombstone.
Text from 708, quote, Your Honor, I'd like to cite the case of finders keepers versus losers weepers.
That should work.
It
That
should
should work.
This is bullcrap.
You know what? We'll contact our friends at Ankin Law to see if they if everybody's ever done and gone to court with that defense.
All right, you make that phone call.
So we'll wrap this up with the Simpsons audio when Homer went to buy a gun legally. He went to do it legally, not just found a gun.
I'd like to buy your deadliest gun, please.
Aisle 6, next to the sympathy cards. Whoa, careful there, Annie Oakley.
I don't have to be careful. I got a gun.
Well, you'll probably want the accessory kit, holster,
Oh, yeah.
bandolier,
Baby.
silencer, loudener, speed cocker.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
And this is for shooting down police helicopters.
Oh, I don't need anything like that. Yet. Just give me my gun.
Sorry, the law requires a 5-day waiting period. We've got to run a background check.
5 days? But I'm mad now. I'd kill you if I had my gun.
Yeah, well, you don't.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
My name is David Goss, and I'm joined by my co-host Megan Klinenberg.
And now we're giving people an inside look at the World Cup.
Time's ticking. I think you can feel the intensity. All the guys are wanting to really stake their claim, and they want to be on that World Cup roster. There's no doubt about it.
Hosting the World Cup on home soil comes with its pressures, but we're just really excited, just as the people are.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast, presented by Henco. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We have Mayday Parade tickets coming up for Gallagher Way at Wrigley Field. A really, really cool place to see a show, and we've got them for you coming up when we get through music entertainment news. Well, first off, we announced Picnic today, just about 50 minutes ago, A Taste of Randolph. Picnic at A Taste of Randolph. Friday, June 19th to the 21st. That's the West Loop on Randolph, where it was last year and the year before, between Peoria and Racine. It is a free event. This is free. Sponsored by the West Loop Community Organization and the Illinois Department of Transportation. Drive sober or get pulled over. It is not a game. You've got Joyce Manor on Friday with Ryan Purds. We have the Happy Fits on Saturday out in front who played Twisted. They're amazing. And you also get One for the Ditch on Saturday featuring Dermot Mulrooney, Kenzie. Your guy, Dermot Mulrooney.
I love him.
Also played Twisted, and just a real fun band without question. And then Matt Mason on Sunday, Jacob's Castle of Sublime fame. That would be Jacob Knoll. So he joined Sublime, and he still does his own band, Jacob's Castle, which I've seen do a solo show, and he plays a lot of Sublime. If you like Sublime, you're going to like Jacob's Castle.
Yes.
He's the singer.
It would be so funny if it was just like a death metal band. It's the guy from Sublime, and it's something way different.
He comes out, he's got a DJ set up, and he goes, this is my EDM side project.
And you guys are going to sit through it and like it.
And at the end, I'll play What I Got.
Mm-hmm.
But I got 45 minutes of EDM music for you first.
But you saw Jacob's Castle where? At Park West?
I saw him at Park West opening up for G Love and the Special Sauce.
What a night.
It was a fantastic night. And as Case said when I was posting videos of it, it appeared that I was on stage with him.
I thought, honest to God, when Brian went to that Jacob's Castle show, that maybe he was playing guitar in the band and just hadn't told Kenzie and I he was so close to the stage.
Yeah.
First off, you think Brian would ever have something that cool happen to him and he wouldn't talk about it nonstop?
I thought maybe it was like a last second thing where they scanned the audience in the same way that if somebody gets sick on an airplane and they go, is there a doctor on board? Maybe something happened to the Jacob's Castle guitar player and they went, is there a shredder in the audience?
Well, if anything like that ever happens, Brian probably was the one who injured the person.
Sort of a Tanya Harding. Nancy
Kerrigan let's
situation.
look into it. Let's spend some time on that.
You know, I don't always agree with Kenzie.
Mm-hmm.
She's exactly correct in this statement.
I know.
I mean, I would have come in the Q101 the day before. I would have been on for like 19 hours until the show started again if that happened at that point. Because that was a weekend show. I would have stayed all through the weekend.
Think of all the lame things you talk about. What if something cool actually happened?
God, that'd be so cool. That'd be so badass to play guitar. I'm just fantasizing about it now. Maybe let me get up a picnic.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a great band. He's awesome.
We have plenty of time to injure a band member.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he plays guitar in Jacob's Castle. I don't think there was another guitar player. There was a guy on drums. He had one other guy on bass. But there was.
How well do you sing?
Well, he sings.
You.
Yes. How well do you sing?
Oh, so I gotta hurt him.
Because if you hurt him, you're gonna have to sing too.
So Sublime loses another singer? Oh my God.
Well, I'm not saying kill him, just injure him.
Good Lord.
You hit the rim shot on yourself for that?
Good Lord.
You don't have to kill him, just take him out for the Taste of Randolph.
Okay. And then I'll do my EDM set and then I'll do What I Got.
Yeah, I know you have an
EDM set? Now we're talking.
I'll do all that.
You have an EDM set prepared for in case of emergencies?
It is very funny when we show up there at the Taste of Randolph picnic, and there's a stage farther down because it's a whole long street in the West Loop there, and then one end of the stage has a DJ. And whenever we walk in together, and then we see maybe the band is still setting up, and then we start go for a little walk, and then they might be playing some beats over there. That's Kenzie starts getting drawn to that like a magnet. Like
Case is always like, you have a stage announcement. He's grabbing me. I'm clawing for the ground. Like, stop it.
Starts twerking her way down Randolph Street. Like,
well, by then and on the way, I'm usually grabbing a margarita. So I'm like, woohoo!
If you've never joined us at Picnic at the Taste of Randolph before, and you show up there and you see a DJ, walk to the other side of the festival. It's two end zones. We're on the opposite. You're looking for a guy with a Marshall stack and a fender. We're going to be on the opposite
hold on.
side.
Say hi to me first, then leave and walk to the other side.
Yeah, hey, Kenzie, are you bringing on Joyce
usually
Manor?
upside down.
Yeah. Joyce Manor, I think we're starting in a second, Kenzie. I'll be there, don't worry.
I'm coming. Well, and for me, it's like a temptation course, because on my way to my stage announcement, I'm like, ooh, look at these drinks, look at these shores, look at these cases, like this is my nightmare.
Well, it is.
It's very difficult to get me on track.
And it is like, so if you've never been, you're a new listener, we appreciate you and love you. It's like it's a street festival as well.
It's awesome.
So there is all the stuff you can buy. There's the food and drink. It is a long stretch there to experience picnic. That's why it's 3 days. So you come down there and you can do what you want. But the great music, the great food, the great drink, it's free to get in.
Hell yeah.
All the information at Q101.com right now and our social pages. Just to remember, June 19th to the 21st. That's when it's going to happen. More music entertainment news. Former Soprano star Jamie Lynn Ziegler says her ex-husband was stealing money from her from the show. So she was married to a guy, ex-husband now, AJ Descala, who's in prison, by the way, right now, for a lot of other fraud. But she alleged that he was stealing money from the show when they were married. So here's how she describes it. And I think this is something worthy of making sure you know where your money's going in your marriage. They had an accountant that broke down what he believed had been happening. She'd be paid a certain amount per episode for The Sopranos. That would go into a corporate account that she had as an actress. The next day, a portion of that money would be moved to our joint account for living expenses. A week later, a much smaller amount, but still sizable amount of that money from our joint account would be moved to a different account. And I didn't have any access to that account, didn't know what it was about, she says. That's the rub.
So is he stealing from the show or is he stealing from her?
This was her pay for the show in her account. She had
right,
a
so he didn't
account.
steal from The Sopranos. He stole from her.
Stole her money that she made on The
Yeah.
Sopranos. Yeah.
Well, why the hell are you letting a man move your money around to accounts that you can't touch? Why would you allow that?
She kind of says, she was like 18 years old and he was 32. Or maybe she was 22 at the time. So I guess, whatever. You say she was pretty young and maybe naive and was in the business since she was a kid on The Sopranos. And she said, I didn't even know how much money I had or I was worth. The money would come in this account. And, like Kenzie mentioned earlier, it'd be nice if high schools taught about money management a little better, how to balance a checkbook. Maybe
Don't let people touch your money. That would be my first. I wouldn't have let that happen, even at 22.
But she's married to him and loves him. So trust, maybe a little bit too much. But, she wasn't skeptical of what he was doing with the money because he was a finance guy. So I'll take care of the money. Don't worry about it. I got it. And he stole it allegedly.
I'm sure I'm not the only person that has made this observation, but you would think if there was one show that you wouldn't want to steal from, it would be the show where they're regularly killing people that steal from them. I don't know if that's a low-hanging fruit or not, but it's the first thing I thought
Who
of.
was she on the show?
Meadow.
Kenzie's never seen The Sopranos, just to make it clear.
But she wasn't killing people.
No.
She didn't have the intimidating character.
No, she was a lawyer for immigrants. She was actually a very noble person in that show.
Well, it makes sense she'd be robbed in real life, too.
But she was
You know what I mean?
But she was the daughter of Tony, so Tony killed a lot of people.
Yes.
And knew people that could kill people.
Yeah.
And also a lot of mob guys used to go up to those actors and go give them like a wink and send a drink over to them. Because it's like, yeah, you got that one right in the show. Like the show was friendly with real mobsters.
Yes.
So you'd think so. Not to do that. But
It would be the one show that I wouldn't steal from.
Yeah.
If somebody's on How I Met Your Mother, Rob, I'm blind. But The Sopranos, I'm probably not touching.
Now, she'll probably never get that money back because he's serving a 138-month federal prison sentence for securities and wire fraud and a conspiracy of a multi-million-dollar market manipulation scheme after being convicted in 2018.
Oh, my God.
So that money's gone.
What a headache of a crime.
It's a long...
I wouldn't know how to commit that crime.
At that point, you might as well get a job.
Yeah, thank
that's
you, Kenzie.
That's a full-time job. Being
that criminal, you mean, for that stuff?
Well, I'm like running a multi-whatever marketing scheme. That's like
manipulation scheme.
You're you're probably making PowerPoints, probably having Teams meetings. You're probably just get a normal job then.
I've never really thought of the idea of organized professional criminals having to hop on a Teams meeting so they can make sure they execute their strategy.
Because this is like a kind of fraud where you're pretending to do business.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So how about you just do the business instead, and then you wouldn't go to prison and you'd have money.
And by the way, that kind of business, pretty profitable, done legally with these guys.
Listen, he probably had the resources. Like, look how much money he had access to, and the clientele he had access to. Some people find they're coming from an area where he could have reached genuinely rich people and probably done.
Yeah.
Like a valid marketing, and then he would have made a lot of money.
Legal marketing.
He had all the resources.
He stole a couple $100,000 from her, which probably was nothing compared to that scheme he had going on. Nothing.
Right.
Not even that was probably not even a car for what he had going on.
But there are jobs that pay that much money. Just get a job.
Well,
especially again, he clearly was in the Hollywood umbrella.
Yeah. I don't know how they met.
What a waste.
Yeah, it's too bad. Well, again, he's in jail. She's not, so she wins. He just has less money.
Yeah, with a lot less money.
Finally, in music entertainment news, FX has confirmed season 5. The final season of The Bear will be premiere on Thursday, June 25th, right after Picnic, that week after Picnic, at 9 p.m., 6 p.m. Pacific time, so 7 p.m. our time. 8 p.m. our time. Yeah, right? 8 p.m. our time.
It's 9 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. our time. On FX and Hulu, so that's where it'll be. And this announcement came one day after they surprise released a prequel episode starring John Bernthal, the brother, and it's All 8 episodes will immediately be available to stream on Hulu and Disney Plus, by the way, for the bundled subscribers. Well, the FX premiere will include the first 2 episodes, followed by 1 episode weekly.
You know, I hate to say it, but I tried to start watching the latest season, so then season 4. But season 3 lost me so hard by some people were like, I don't mean because it was too artistic. I could have enjoyed that. They just never addressed any of the season cliffhangers. You can't do that. You can't season cliffhang 2 and then spend a whole season not addressing it. Where now I almost didn't care about his relationship or care about the review, or it was so long. And like it lost me where I was trying to get into the 4th season and I was like, it's almost been too long.
Yeah.
I got to try again. I got to retry.
That's the issue. Like you have with shows like this when they drop, especially when all at once. And it's, we've talked about it was a better system in the old days. Just do 1 a week, like the White Lotus still does. Just give us 1 a week, and then we can all follow. We can all talk about each episode, digest it, and you'll remember it better than when you binge it, especially the first time stuff, and you're like, wait, I don't remember.
Well, it was a little bit of poor planning for season 3 to not address anything from season 2 and then try to circle back to it in season 4. I don't think that was great. Did you guys watch all of season 4?
I didn't.
Did you, Case?
No, I think I watched the first episode and then I got distracted and then I never came back to it.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. It lost its staying power because they did that. I felt exactly the same, and I used to love the bear, and it lost the grab because you don't feel like you're about to get your answers.
Yeah.
That's important when you're watching a show.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to know what happened there.
It'd be nice to follow it. So catch up. You got about a month.
I know. I got to try to get back into it.
Thursday, June 25th, 8 p.m. our time on FX and Hulu. And let's throw these out right now for Mayday Parade. Call right now, 312-967-8300. Mayday Parade playing Gallagher Way at Wrigley Field a week from Sunday. That's Sunday, May 17th. So cool to do a concert out there at Gallagher Way, furnished by Wrigley Field Events and Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So caller 10 will be there for Mayday Parade, Gallagher Way at Wrigley Field, 312-967-8300. Call now for that.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Hey, I'm Chris Van Vliet. Go behind the scenes and beyond the headlines with the biggest names in pro wrestling and beyond.
You could pop up in WWE tomorrow. Would Saraya be there or would Paige be there?
Paige, 100%.
So when you're setting up Logan Paul to frog splash you through the announce table, it's going through your mind.
This should make every headline in the world.
It makes sense, right? In your jelly roll.
We knew we had that kind of a moment.
Mindset, motivation, and what it takes to succeed. Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren on the way in. Take you to the Cubs game coming up here this afternoon. It looks like a pretty nice day on deck, but some rain could come later for your commute home, so be ready for that. Tomorrow, Friday, Case's movie review has been decided. The Wizard of Oz. 100th movie review tomorrow. He's never saw The Wizard of Oz. He's going to watch it for the first time tomorrow for the 100th movie review. 8 o'clock, we'll have that. In the meantime, let's get to our takeaways right now from the show. Case, what do you have?
Takeaway from Maddie in Lombard. Sorry I can't hang out. I have to go to the Mariano's Rooftop Prairie and pick out my bison for dinner.
Oh, man. Kenzie, what do you got?
One that just came in, 773 texted, takeaway, sirens are blaring. Hey, Elgin, it's going to rain.
Maybe, just maybe it's going to rain. Not even full-on rain.
God.
And finally, a takeaway from Dan in Naperville. Quote, Your Honor, I'd like to cite the case of finders keepers versus losers weepers. Well, what's on the podcast, Case?
On the Brian and Kenzie podcast today, we learned that Kenzie does not know how to ride a bike, which is a very interesting development. A lot of people comparing this to me not being able to parallel park. Maybe we send Kenzie onto a busy street with a bicycle next week, and we see how that goes. Also, we learned that Kenzie is personally angry at the Chicago Bears for not releasing their schedule. We poured one out for Ted Turner, who changed all of our lives with both CNN and the Cartoon Network, equally important to most. And finally, we have an update on the Arlington Heights High School gun fiasco and whether or not it's okay to take a gun that you find.
A lot of legal experts checked in, the armchair quarterbacks, but if I see a gun, I'm taking it.
Armchair quarterbacks as in lawyers?
Well, former law enforcement.
Oh, former. Interesting.
Yeah, retired.
Dismissed from the force.
There's these laws out there. I don't know. I didn't know about them. So tomorrow, again, Case's movie review, 8 o'clock, The Wizard of Oz, and Lauren's coming in next.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
The Hammer Alley Podcast, an 80s flashback mockumentary.
Back in the 80s, there were 1,000 bands trying to make it in the world of rock, but there was one band that had it all, Hammer Alley.
Whatever happened to Hammer Alley?
How did they go from Top of the Rock?
I'm looking for a music video. They're a band from 1987, Hammer Alley. Ever heard of them?
To rock bottom.
Dude, I was born in 1987.
I can't believe he's doing this.
Hammer Alley.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.